Hey there, cats and kittens. My name is Alonda Carter, and I am the recovering Hunbot. I create anti-MLM, that's anti-multi-level marketing videos. And on occasion, I do dip my toes into true crime. But if you really think about it, isn't multi-level marketing criminal? Well, today it is December 29th, and it is D-Day for TikTok. You know, the day that the ban of multi-level marketing on the platform goes into effect. So is it going to make any difference? What do you think? Come on now. Do you really think that we can get rid of some cockroaches that easy if there's just this, change to community guidelines? I mean, really? I mean, they're just not going to go away into that good night just because there's some sort of a change. Oh, no, 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 no. They are going to retool and come up with something else. And today I have a husband and wife duo who are coaches in the MLM industry or social media, whatever. They also happen to be part of an MLM. They used to be part of Vima, which was shut down as a pyramid scheme, but that didn't stop them. No, no, they had to keep on going, and now they're part of Modere. And what I will say about this duo is their blog, they give some really great tips about TikTok. So if you don't tick or talk, and I certainly don't, and you want to know how to do so, I mean, everything you need to know to start out is just basically on their blog, but that's not the point, because they're still going to say use TikTok if you're in network marketing, multi-level marketing, direct sales. I mean, I'm using multi-level marketing to describe anything like that, social selling. I mean, there's so many different words that are used because, this industry, these companies, they try to separate themselves from anything that has, kind of a bad flavor to it that the public perceives as, in a negative light, because they're going to assure you that, oh no, we're not that, when in fact they actually are. These two also have some choice words for critics like myself, because, I do critique this industry. I do give it the side eye. But unlike what they're going to say, because, they always throw back to this, a bunch of haters, and oh, we're so unhappy and all this. You know what I hate is I don't like it when people are taken advantage of. And I know this type of business structure takes advantage of people. I mean, right now with what we're dealing with COVID, I mean, good night. The number of letters that were sent out to these different companies, 16 in all, Market America, all the claims that it made had to remove this. I mean, there has just been thing after thing after thing. And plus, there's Operation Income Illusion going on right now with the FTC, who has teamed up with other law enforcement agencies because there's a problem. So let's go ahead and see what these two have to say, and I'll give you my response and my 2 cents along the way. And before we get started, I want to say a special thank you to my most recent patron, the MLM Police. She has an amazing blog, so if you haven't checked it out, please do so. And I'd also like to say thank you to all my patrons for your support throughout 2020. And a final little thing, I don't know what happened, but this recording of this duo, the audio and the video, the sync is a bit off. So if that bothers you, I apologize. I am a one-woman show and did not know how to resolve. So just try to, put that out of your mind, look the other way, and just enjoy the video.
So let's talk about
Nigeria's in the house.
MLM being banned by the TikTok,
Florida,
and we'll see how they enforce this. We'll see how they deal with this situation. And some of you aren't even on TikTok. Some of you probably don't really use TikTok, and then maybe some of you use it all the time. So I'm sure we have all different types of humans on. Plus, we're live on TikTok. Go figure. But here's our thing. And I told Nadia this because I was like, look, if we're going to talk about this, I also want to talk about really why a social media platform like TikTok, would ban MLM. And part of the problem is, number one, there's a lot of young people on TikTok, and they are maybe easier to be taken advantage of, right? It's easier for a scammer to take advantage of a younger person, right? A person that, is maybe a little more open-minded to something. Mm-hmm. And the truth is there are some legit Ponzi schemes out there. Like there's this crypto MLM, Daisy. I don't care if someone says, "Oh, I'm in Daisy, John, that's messed up." Look, it's scam. I don't care what anyone says. I look at that and I go, scam is written all over it. I got pitched on it. And this guy literally told me, "Listen, John, I found a way for us to not be in MLM and become billionaires by next year." I'm like, okay, listen, I'll entertain this conversation, because the guy that hit me up is actually the number one income earner in another MLM. And I mean, he makes, $400,000 a month plus, does really well, sharp young guy. I'm like, okay, let me look at it. Scam. And I told him, I'm like, dude, this screams illegal. So that's my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they're going to be a legit business and lots of people are going to have success. But I look at it and I say that's getting shut down and people are going to maybe get arrested. So when you have programs out there like that, get rich quick schemes, unfortunately, they categorize all of those business opportunities into the same category, especially when you see there's a lot of MLM companies out there. And look, y'all have either been a part of it before or you've at least seen it, where it's a company that is very much promoting the opportunity, make money, get rich. And it's a problem because the truth is most people never get rich in network marketing. By the way, most people never get rich.
Right.
Period.
Yeah.
Finish the sentence. That's the sentence. Most people never get rich. Period. In anything. So knowing that to be true, when you have these people that are very promotional, their entire social platform is just make money, get rich, I work from home, freedom, fire your boss, and they're making income claims. They're literally posting their checks, posting their income. This is the problem. And this is bad for all of us.
Okay, that's not the only thing. People do not have to be posting their checks, but they can give the illusion of that time freedom, passive income, because they always make it sound very easy. Just follow this simple process, never stop, and everything's going to work out. But then there's always this disclaimer, this little bitty thing about, well, it depends on, how much time, work effort, your diligence, it varies. But yet they will post the lifestyle. They will showcase what is atypical versus what is typical.
Right? Because somebody might say, well, that's TikTok, whatever. I'm not going to waste time with TikTok then. But the truth is this could happen on other social platforms. And other social platforms, by the way, don't want, these opportunity-based opportunities. You should have a product-based opportunity. Do you understand the difference? Product-based opportunity, you're selling the product. You have real customers. You have people buying the products, loving the products, people that are buying the products outside of the compensation plan. They're not buying the products to make money. And there's just a lot of companies that are kind of playing in that gray area.
Really? There's all these people who just love the products and they're not part of the network? I have never seen that. When have you ever known of a product that's from an MLM that people are talking about, that they can't wait to get their hands on? That is absolutely not true. I think about the launches that Beachbody had when I was part of that. Who was going crazy to get that? The network. When you're part of an MLM, you are the customer, but they disguise that because they say, oh, we've got this retail product. People are going to love it. Just share it with them. But the whole thing is that product is used to lure you in so that you start selling it. That's all it is. It's smoke and mirrors.
And they make it really tough for the rest of us to build a real business. Now, with that being said, NADYA just did a TikTok. I said, baby, can you please do a curiosity, value-based TikTok on how you nonchalantly create curiosity? And she did it. She created it. It took her, maybe 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Right? It took her 30 minutes. She was doing it while she was putting on her makeup this morning. It was value. It was beauty tips. And at the end, she promoted our liquid collagen product. Super simple, right? And by the way, that wasn't the only product she promoted, but it's a great example if you wanted to go watch a video where it's not this spammy tammy type of video, right? And her just having.
What she was promoting was a Modere product. That was the whole purpose. And what they will do is use different hashtags. They'll say, oh yeah, you just got to give value. They're all about this value thing. And honestly, the only people who think that you're giving value when you're part of an MLM are other people in the MLM or people who are in a different MLM that are looking to join another MLM because the MLM they're in right now isn't working. And they're thinking, oh, maybe if I leave this one, that one's going to actually work. So let me do that. That looks pretty good. That's all that really is.
Commission breath. Go ahead.
Thank you, John. What's up, you guys? By the way, if this is your very first broadcast with us, let us know in the comments. Drop the word new. John and Nadia Melton here. We've been actually inside this network marketing profession for almost 2 decades. So it's fair to say that we've seen the good, bad, and the ugly. Like, we've seen it all. And to give it back to John, like, because I am thinking this, if somebody is joining us for the very first time, like, how are you guys to qualify to speak on this topic? But we've made millions of dollars inside the industry. We've also been associated with some people that did things all kinds of messed up. Right. And we've been actually parts of organizations that were disciplined because stuff was not being done correctly, right? So over the last couple of decades, there's a lot that we've learned. And then, John, I legit think you are like the most educated, maybe not the most, like if we were doing
I don't know anyone, no, but I know what you mean. Nobody has studied comp plans, different companies, like, products, strategies.
Is a student of the industry. Like, there's so many companies that you get pitched on, and then you actually take the time to like understand how they do what they do. And of course, we have clients and students inside the industry as a whole. So, so as fans of the industry, we have a business inside the industry, but then we also love people that are not in our company, but are still in the industry. And what happens is, I think it's a very important conversation that all of us need to get on the same page with, because if there are people inside your company that are doing stuff that is not the right stuff, it's going to hurt everybody in the industry. And I don't care what industry you look at, There's going to be good companies and bad companies. And you can take a look at a very by the books, amazing opportunity. And inside that company, you're going to have good people and you're going to have people that are going to be breaking rules and stuff like that. So I don't think anybody's immune to the conversation. So I think we want to take a look at how should you really think through building a business in 2020 going into 2021, but also ensuring that you're not like exposing yourself to situations where all of a sudden the rug gets pulled from underneath of you. So we want to take a look at it, baby. I love the way you think.
Again, with this whole, building your business going into 2021, the Huns did not come up with that idea. The companies use that and tell you over and over and over again so that you repeat it. And then people like this, these leaders in an MLM, because they are leaders, because, they're like at the top, but they also have their little coaching business too, because, they got to dip in your pockets multiple ways. You don't have your own business. You have no control over anything when you're part of MLM. You're an independent contractor, period. End of story.
Yes.
You're such a genius, baby. Go ahead.
So a couple things. Number one, I do want to point out that you should really share this with your teammates, tag anyone you know in the networking profession, direct sales, MLM, whatever you want to call it, affiliate marketing, blah, blah, blah. Anything where you're promoting opportunity or you're promoting a product, right? Even promoting products, you got to be careful.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a bunch of letters sent out to really big, well-known companies by the FTC because of using the COVID-19 coronavirus to promote their products. Like, hey, this product helps boost your immune system. Like, you can't do that stuff. And, it's interesting too, right? Because we all know the truth is if you get in great shape, you lose some weight, you are going to boost your immune system, but saying that to sell your products is a huge no-no. You just can't do it. And, you know, the FTC, the social media platforms, they just don't want upset people complaining about networkers. And even if somebody says, well, my company is, you know, free to join, or my company is an MLM, it's direct sales, or it's, you know, a membership program, or it's direct to consumer. Look, at the end of the day, if you are directly pushing, promoting, and selling, there's a possibility you're going to get flagged. And even if you're not doing it, people in your company might be doing it. And that's why it's such an important conversation, because, you know, unfortunately, there's a lot of MLM haters. There's a lot of boss babe haters. Positivity. That's fun.
We don't like the positivity. No, we don't like people being taken advantage of. It has nothing to do with like not wanting positivity, but they cling to things like that we're just haters. Awful convenient, isn't it? Because when you actually start looking at these companies critically and examining what's going on and what's happening to people and how their critical thinking is shut down, they don't want you to do that. And people like me who speak out start looking at those things and bring attention to them. But they just want to call us names, you know. How about dealing with some facts? How about that? Why don't we take a look at, so we're going to take a look at the 2019 income disclosure statement for Modere. I'm going to kind of give you a high level of different parts of it, and, you're going to see for yourself. Do you think people can actually make money with this opportunity? The Modere compensation plan provides 2 ways for social marketers to be recognized for their efforts. Builder titles are awarded in acknowledgement for their progress in team building, while promoter titles recognize the important milestones they reach in monthly customer sales. The further along a social marketer advances in the Modere career path, the greater his or her earning potential. Now, down here is the little disclaimer I talked about earlier, which all of these tend to have. Generating meaningful compensation as a social marketer requires considerable time, effort, and commitment. This is not a get-rich-quick program. There are no guarantees of financial success, and results will vary widely among participants. To qualify for any bonus, you must meet all requirements of the Modere compensation plan, and that is for any MLM. If there is any bonus, you have to meet certain requirements, which is usually tied to some sort of their points, whether it is team points or volume points of some sort, but it's related to the product. And basically it's a bunch of stuff you got to sell, whether you're buying it yourself or your team is, or quote, you have retail customers, which there's very few retail customers outside of the network, because the whole idea is to bring those people into your team. For the purposes of this disclosure, an active social marketer describes any newly enrolled social marketer in 2019, regardless of whether they placed a product order or earned commission, as well as any social marketer who made at least one product purchase, referred new customers who purchased product or earned any commissions in 2019. The average commissions for all social marketers during this period was $205.86 monthly, with a minimum average monthly commission of $147.79 and a maximum average of $265.95. The average monthly commission paid to U.S. social marketers who earned a commission payment was $846.31, with a minimum average monthly commission of $619.04 and a maximum average of $1,136.96. On a monthly basis, an average of 25.7% all active social marketers earn commission. So we're talking that you're active, but only a little tiny bit over a quarter of all active social marketers actually earned any money. Isn't that a bit concerning? Doesn't that make you go, maybe this really isn't a good idea? Okay, now we're going to take a look at a little table, but I do want to point this out. These figures should not be considered guarantees or projections of actual earnings of profits. So where is something like that? What can you tell me I'm going to earn? Your success will depend on individual diligence, work, effort, sales skill, and market conditions. Modere does not guarantee any income or rank success. Boy, that sounds like I want a job when there's absolutely no guarantee whatsoever. All right, so when we look at the bottom here, because that's going to be where the most money is, where people are earning the most, and you can see over $70,000, average commissions. Okay, and that's for how many people? These active social marketers, not even 1%. And those people who are earning a commission, not even 1%. Do you see that? And then if we go up, the most of the people are here, but remember, most people aren't earning. Only about a quarter of the people who are active earn anything. And those who do earn something might earn $66.84 on average, or they might earn 1 penny. There's the range there. Isn't that a bit concerning? But yet you're going to advertise this, especially now during COVID, as an opportunity for people that they can go out there and then get team members and everybody can have equal success. I may not say it exactly like that, but it's implied over and over and over again. And all of these things that anyone can do it. You've just got to keep going. You've got to have the right mindset. You've got to just keep working. You're not working hard enough. You've got to envision it. You've got to act as if, all of that. All right, let's get back to this duo.
There's people out there, they don't like the positivity. That's funny. So I invited my one of my really good friends from high school to a meeting in 2006. He came to the meeting, and this was like a legit meeting. We rented out a Ravens skybox. It was like the presidential suite at Ravens Stadium. This is years ago, 14 years ago. And we had this top earner, this top leader come out and do a presentation. My buddy sat in the back. And he said afterwards, he's like, I don't like it. I don't like it. I said, dude, why? You need to make money. You hate what you do. Like, well, I'm confused. And he's like, it's too positive. That's what he said. It's too positive. Some people just don't like happy people. They don't like to see other people succeed. And the truth is, they also don't like to see their friends getting taken advantage of. They don't like to see scams. And by the way, neither do I. See, I get people that will sometimes inbox me and they'll go, how dare you talk badly about my company? I thought you were an advocate for network marketing. I was like, yeah, legit network marketing.
We don't want people to succeed? Yeah, I do. But I know the reality of this type of business structure that most won't. I did just kind of share that compensation plan with you. Doesn't that give you, I did just share with you that income disclosure statement. Doesn't that give you some insight? Just saying. So yeah, I'm just, I'm smelling something here. And I don't think they're not being honest, in my opinion. They're just not. It's a way to distract people because it's just, again, calling anyone who criticizes, anyone who doubts, calling them haters, saying, oh, they don't like it, that they don't want you to be happy, and they just want to stay in their just over broke, their job. Do all of that to put it down when you join one of these opportunities, it's going to be a money pit.
And that's why I'm against your network marketing company or your scheme. Like some of these things aren't network marketing companies, they are schemes. Okay, so whether you call yourself an MLM or not, the point is these social platforms and these haters out there sipping on the haterade, they don't always know the difference. They don't know the difference. You can get into nuances with them, but at the end of the day, if you are very promotional in nature, and here's the other thing, this is why we go back to not saying the name of the company you're with publicly.
There's legitimate. The FTC has never defined what legitimate is. The only difference between these type of companies and a pyramid scheme, because they both depend on recruiting, is that this type of company has a product. That's it. That's it. That is literally it. It is based on getting people underneath you, because the only way you can possibly make a livable wage is by having those people underneath you. The only way you can possibly make a livable wage is to have people underneath you who are buying the product, and they have people underneath them, and they have you get what I'm saying? All these people underneath churn, churn, churn. But the further down you get, the less likely that you're going to be able to recreate that success, even though they're going to say, oh, you can pass anyone else. You go straight to the top. But can you?
Now, I know there's some people that they like if their company was freedom motivated, they'd be wearing the shirt, right? It'd be plastered all over their social media. The problem is when you do this, you are just making it more obvious for these anti-MLM people, these social platforms that target you. And again, it comes across as an infomercial. Does anybody go to an infomercial channel and just watch it for hours like it's your favorite channel? Like you can't wait. You can't wait to infomercial and chill. No, it's Netflix and chill. It's Netflix and chill. Why?
By the way, you don't have to have the name of the company. Avoid saying that, because these anti-MLMers, they're going to target you. We can see you from a mile away, because most of us used to be you. We were there. We recognize the tactics, and they haven't changed over the years. Just the media has, They used to just do only in-person meetings. It's different now. It's just changed a little. They say the same stuff, use the same kind of words. Hasn't changed since it all started.
No commercials. Nobody wants to sit there and be sold to. But if you do it strategically, if you do it leveraging curiosity, value first. Like I said, Nadia did a TikTok. If you wanted to look us up, it's just John and Nadia Melton. That's our TikTok handle, John and Nadia Melton. And it was 2 videos ago. She did it this morning. She uploaded it already, but you can watch it. It's value. It's tips. And at the end, she recommends taking the liquid collagen, which is one of our network marketing company products. All right. So we're not just teaching you in theory. We're in the trenches doing this. We have a multi-million-dollar business, and we know what works and what doesn't. And we've been teaching this for 7 or 8 years. The first time I heard about magnetic sponsoring and attraction marketing, I was hooked. Why? Because I wanted to not have to chase people. Anybody else? Smash the heart button. I know we have over 370 live viewers here over on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube combined. And then we've got over 20 here on TikTok. How many of you smash the heart button or drop some flame emojis if you would rather attract people to you versus you having to pitch and sell everybody within 3 feet of you, every single person you come across on social? Look, I've enrolled 7 or 8 people this month, literally in different parts of the world. I don't need to sponsor anybody, but I still sponsor people. Why? Because number one, I want to lead by example. I love starting new teams. I can't wait to see what the new team can do. I want to show people what's possible. I love helping people, but I also don't want to have to chase people, beg people. Anybody else? See, our business is a lot like dating. How many of us remember dating? For some of us, it might have been a while, but I have no interest. Like if I would have pursued Nadia with commission breath, right? Very eager, very desperate. She'd be like, oh, not interested. You got to play the game, right? When you lead with value, I was just listening to Gary Vaynerchuk this morning, right? He was talking about, too many of you are right hooking too soon. You don't put out enough value. You don't put out enough content. Bottom line, I like to call it social equity. What's your reputation? That's really what a brand is. And if you look at our social media, you look at Facebook, Instagram, our TikTok, our LinkedIn, our YouTube, we do more teaching. We do more entertainment, right? Because we want to lead with value. We want to lead with relationships. We want to lead with, helping people first. And then sure, if we make a little money, that's nice. But I guarantee you will attract more people with honey than vinegar. You will attract more people with love and value, with abundance mentality, with being authentic, with being vulnerable at times.
Boom. Abundance mentality, law of attraction. That's always interwoven into MLM. Always, always, got to be at the right vibration. Like attracts alike. All of this pseudoscience nonsense, which, it sounds good and it feels good. And I believed it at one point when I was, head first, neck deep in all of this. And most people who do put out anti-MLM content were part of this at one point. They did it. But then you wake up and you see, my gosh, I've been spending all of this time and all of this money chasing after something that it's impossible to obtain. Because even if you do, let's just say you start making that money, you have to keep that up over and over and over and over again. And there is a burnout rate. There's the point where you're just not going to be able to do it because, they're going to say, this attraction marketing, magnetic marketing. They're going to use all these little magical terms to make you think that's what you're going to be able to do. But unless you have a vast network from jump, honey, it ain't happening.
And mixing things up. Look, what I love about TikTok is it's a fun platform. And ultimately, you may not like that they banned MLM. You may say yours isn't an MLM or whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, they're trying to protect their user experience.
Yeah.
That's all they're trying to do. So if you're being annoying and salesy, and it's funny, wasn't I saying just a couple months ago, we had people on there that were running it like an infomercial, killing it. And by the way, I'm not saying not to promote your products. I want to be very clear about that.
Good.
If you've got makeup, skincare, hair care, legal services, travel, lotions, potions, pills, water filters, I don't care what it is, right? Except for crypto. I'd stay out of crypto MLM. Do crypto, do MLM, don't combine the two. Not a good idea. And please don't say, well, mine isn't an MLM. Who decided that? Your company that's not owned by anybody? Scam, shady. But all normal, ethical networking businesses, I'm not saying not to promote your products or service. You should. Just don't do it in every single TikTok and every single post. That's the problem. You come across as running an infomercial. And if people keep seeing your stuff, they're going to get annoyed, which is funny because all they got to do is just say, I don't want to see this anymore, block you. But some people are so nasty and negative that instead of just ignoring, they would rather attack. And typically I'd say just ignore them.
Maybe people are saying, I don't want to see it because they don't like the business model. Maybe that's it, dude. Have you ever thought about that? That all of this nonsense that you're peddling is just that. And people are done with it.
Who cares? Block them, invite them to your VIP block party. But when the platform itself steps in, to me, that's a time for all of us to step up and do a better job with leading with value and using the platform for the purpose of the platform, which is to entertain people. I go into TikTok to get ideas, to get inspired, but also because it's a fun platform. I like the short little videos. How many of us are the same way? Instagram now has Reels. Facebook's coming out with their own version. YouTube has their own TikTok version. It's going to be everywhere. Short form videos it's the future, but we together collectively smash that hard button. If you agree, we need to protect these social platforms. If you see someone doing it the wrong way, just say, hey, look, please stop.
Yeah, we need to protect these social platforms and get your jank off. Because we're done. The public doesn't like it. For the longest time, there was just this free reign. And MLM just spread all over social media. But now there's a backlash. There's people speaking out like myself saying it's jank. And we're saying why it's jank. And we're doing the research. And we're talking about it. And we're getting stories. And people are sharing their stories. So don't give me this BS, this high bologna sandwich that, well, you just didn't work hard enough, because that's total crap and you know it. Anyone who is at the top knows that most people aren't going to be able to do it because it's impossible to do, but yet you're told to replicate and duplicate. Just rinse and repeat and do the same thing.
It's not good for any of us for you to come across as a scammer, a spammer, salesy. And again, I know some of you play in that gray area. More power to you. But I just think we can agree that eventually, if these social platforms are wanting us to use the platform the right way, then there's no problem with that, because that's what we should do anyway, because you will generate more leads and ultimately you'll make more money. And you'll have better quality people excited to be a part of what you're doing, because they don't want to constantly sell and pitch either. They don't want to share 3 before and after pictures per day. Make sense?
I love it.
All right.
Okay.
Sorry, I went on a rant there, but
No,
I get
that's
fired
a
up.
good rant. I love it too. Okay. So for those of us that go, okay, give me like a little bit of like a technical, like a formula. How do I think through it? 80-20 rule is what we teach, right? So 80% of the time, just show up with value. TikTok specifically is a platform, like you said, baby. They love entertainment. Like, make them laugh, make them smile.
Make them cry.
I love it.
Give them chills, the goosebumps.
Smile while you still have teeth is a good one. just be looking for ideas and ways to bring joy to people. Matter of fact, 80% they say of people on social media, they're bored, they're stressed. So if you just show up as that positive person, and you now just are building that reciprocity. You're
Can we give them a
up
specific
the
example?
bank account.
I want to give them a specific example.
What do you think of all of this? What do you think of what they have to say? Because I'm going to tell you, it's a big old bucket of hooey. That's all it is, you know. All of these social media coaches, all of these Huns, they're just going to find another way. They're still going to be on TikTok. Again, I looked. They're all over the place. It's the 29th. It's not like, bam, people are shut down. And I don't even think if people start reporting stuff, it's going to have any impact. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. What do you think? Let me know below. Thank you so much for spending time with me, and I appreciate it. Have a wonderful day, and remember, you're beautiful and I love you.